But that was like my fourth cast. That was my fourth cast through there. And I kept changing my rod angle to raise the bait to get it up higher in the water column. And I finally got it up there far enough. I got it in front of him. Well, I'm throwing the little Arashi Series 3 square bill and throwing it here around the edge of these docks. Wind's blowing in on it and it's got the bait pushed up against them in the little corners of the shade. And this bait, this is the 3. It's got the rotated hook hangers, it's got the computer chip bill and the self-tuning line tie. And you can really fish this bait fast because of that self-tuning line tie. And I kept throwing it in there and I kept raising my rod and lowering my rod trying to fish the bait up higher in the water column. And like I said, it was about my third cast through there and I had the rod up real high because these fish are laying right under the edge of those docks. So don't think that you can't catch fish around docks on a crankbait, because you can. And that's one good thing about this Arashi is you can really burn it, and that self-tuning line tie always allows that bait to track and stay true. And with those rotated hook hangers, you can also put bigger hooks on it, which also helps you land more fish with bigger hooks. See, I've been kind of playing around with my retrieve as I throw around the edge of them and kind of fishing the bait at different levels. You know, sometimes I'll throw the bait in there and I'll keep it down to let the bait dive deeper. And like I said, a lot of these fish are up high. There's lots of little schools of minnows around these docks today. And so a lot of times I'll keep the rod tip up high. That's one thing I think a lot of people make a mistake a lot of times throwing a crankbait is they tend to throw a crankbait and they point the rod at the bottom and they just wind it. But a lot of times when you're fishing, especially around docks or through cover, you can actually hold your rod up and cause that bait to run at different levels. And also, a lot of times it'll help you in cover. It'll also help you not get hung up as bad. It'll actually allow the bait to kind of work up and over the cover instead of just diving down. But now, that's the one thing about this bait. It's designed to deflect, and with that self-tuning line tie, it actually keeps the bait running true. As soon as it hits something, it gets right back on track. It doesn't deflect off and run out of the strike zone very far. See, there ought to be one right here on this end too. I'm gonna hold my rod up, come under those minnows. And see, every time I'm running that bait under those minnows, it's causing them to scatter and run. And a lot of times that'll trigger a strike too. It'll make them think that this little bait here is trying to eat some of their fish. And boy, he swatted at it again. I stopped at that time though. I got him that time. Yeah. Well, it took 3 tries, but I finally got him to bite. Get off here on the trolling motor. But he hit at it twice before I finally got him the 3rd time. I'm gonna see, there may be more in there. A lot of times on these isolated pieces of cover, there'll be more than one fish, especially if there's a little herd of minnows around. Let me try it again here. Try further down the log. He ate it. He ate it really good. I felt something bump it. And I come across that ditch right there's a piece of cover right there. It may have been what he come off of. See it to the right.